Hello everyone and welcome to Match Reaction here at Club at 22, the Rangers podcast, to Celtic 2, Rangers 1. Shock horror, it's very hard to do a post-match by yourself, and the other lads are out and about today, and obviously it's myself who's fallen to do it. I'll be honest, before I get into the team lineup, it's exactly what I thought I was going to see today. It's a copy and paste job, if you want to say, for previous games where we've been to Parkhead. It's obviously I'll get into it, but it didn't shock me today. I honestly thought Celtic were going to win. I know we said we were quite negative on Club Live last night, but it was basically because this is what we thought. What we've seen today is what we thought we were going to see, and ultimately we did see it. Celtic were the better team. Celtic deserved to win. Hungrier team than Rangers, and there's big changes for Rangers in the summer. But the starting lineup was Jack Butland, Tav, Suter, Davies, Barisic, Lundstrom, Diomande, Lawrence, Sterling, Dessers and Silva. The only real surprise was probably Barisic at left back. Folk thought Yilmaz may have started, obviously because he got 50 minutes against Kilmarnock. Silva, I wasn't shocked because I did say last night I thought he would start. I don't know if there's anything in his contract with Wolves that he has to play a certain amount of games for Rangers, but he did start. Into the game, shocker, I was not surprised with Rangers. Celtic, as we know, would be in the front foot with our fan, all obviously the full stadium to ourselves on the front foot. Rangers, again, did not start well. Celtic, when the first minute had a good chance to take the lead, and we cleared it off the line. And it's a carbon copy of Rangers in the last umpteen games in the league where we try and concede instantly. And we said it last night in the podcast. I think Ryan asked the question, what do you see? What do you want to see differently from this Rangers team? And it's starting the game from the front foot for the minute one, and again we didn't do it. Celtic did it, and I'll be honest, I thought Celtic dominated for the first 20-25 minutes. Had a few good chances. Jack Butland pulled us out of jail one time from Kyogo. Silva had two chances that I remember. He had one that he dragged wide left, and he had a header at the back post that I think he should do better. He's probably going down looking for a penalty, to be honest, but I really never felt that Rangers were going to score, if I'm being honest. Celtic had all the ball. The space that Celtic had was incredible at times. Rangers just sitting off them, and it was easy for Celtic to play against us. They know how to play against us because we don't press them. Celtic play a high press, which we struggle to cope with. And obviously the first goal came from O'Reilly after, I think it was 35 minutes. Again, they worked the ball quite nicely, but again, a lot of space for him. He had time to tuck it in the bottom corner for Jack Butland, under Butland, to go 1-0 up. Literally minutes later, again, a diagonal ball. Tav wasn't a clever, ball comes across for, I think it was, which I think it was, I forgot, but he plays the ball across Maida, I think it was, and it comes off John Lundstrom, and instantly we're 2-0 down. I was at that point, I thought the game was dead and buried, and I thought at 1-0, I thought Rangers would crumble, because we've seen it before with this team at Parkhead. But I mean, I'll give them a slight bit of credit. They came up the park after that. Tav sort of broke with a ball. It came wide to Silva. Barisic on the overlap. A decent ball in. And there's a ball back towards Dessers to make it 2-1. And at that point, you're thinking, right, 2-1 before half-time. We can regroup and get in there, and there's a slight chance. I'll be honest, I never thought there was a chance at that point. I just thought Celtic would up the gears. And John Lundstrom, just before half-time, flies into a ridiculous challenge. The boy's going nowhere in his own half. At first, he gets booked by Willie Collum. We see it back. I'm watching the game today with Scotia and Tommy, and we all looked at it and went, it's a red card. It's a red card all day long. It goes to VAR, and it is a red card. And at that point, for me, the game is completely dead and buried at that point, and I expected Celtic to come out the second half, and really, I thought they'd put 3, 4, 5 past us, if I'm really being honest. Half-time, Suter come off, McCausland come on, and Sterling went into a back four, which I was surprised about. Sterling's played near enough every position for Rangers this season. McCausland out wide, and for the first, I would say, 30 minutes of the second half, Celtic had all the ball. Celtic were very wasteful in front of goal today, to be honest. They got a penalty in the 50-odd minutes. I'll be honest, it was a 50-50 one. Two angles you look at it. One, you think it doesn't look a penalty. Others, it's one of the dodgy ones. if it was for us, I'd be calling for it, if I'm being honest. I can see why it's not a penalty. Mandy's trying to pull out of it. I think O'Reilly's trying to go down. Willie Collum gets sent to the VAR box, so Willie Collum's not going to overturn it. He doesn't. Sticks with his decision. It's a penalty Celtic. It's a poor penalty by O'Reilly, an easy save for Jack Butland. And after that, I just thought we didn't really do much. Celtic had all the ball, which you would expect. As I say, they were very wasteful in front of goal. Celtic. That's fans. That's probably what they'll take away from it. They should have buried us today. And the usual. We've been here at Parkhead about 10 men. The last 10 minutes, Rangers get a last minute flurry, and I'm sitting watching it with Scotia. I'm going, it's too late. Even if Rangers do get an equaliser somehow, it's too late. Rangers had to win, and they didn't. We made a few changes. Ridvan came on, Raskin came on, Barisic came off, Tom Lawrence came off. I thought Tom Lawrence was shocking today. I know we talked about him. Ryan was saying he deserved a chance today, but Tom Lawrence shows, and I like Tom Lawrence. I was one that thought he was a good player. Never does it in big games though, and he's a player in the summer and he's moved on, because once again I just thought he was lost in the middle of the park. Again, the middle of the park was key for me. We talked about Celtic's midfield with McGregor, O'Reilly, Hatate, legs and energy. We don't have it. We don't have it at all. We've got Lundstrom and Lawrence in there, who I just think are slow. Diamandi tries at times, but he's not got the right guys around him. And then we bring on a couple of other changes. Scott Wright comes on for Fabio Silva, who was alright in the first half. I thought it was our only real out ball. And Kamaru comes on for Dessers. But ultimately, it was too little too late for Rangers. I thought Celtic kind of dropped quite deep. But to be honest, even if Celtic did concede and drew the game, it wasn't a disaster for them. They just didn't need to lose the game. We had to win the game. We didn't. And ultimately, the league, I know the league's mathematically not over, but it is over. It was over weeks ago for me. Today is exactly what I thought I was going to see. I'm not shocked at all. I'm not angry, because it's what I thought I was going to see along with other boys last night. It's a major rebuild for Philip Clement in the summer. There's a lot of guys that need to go. John Lundstrom just showed today why he's not got it to be in that Rangers team for next season. I'll be surprised if we see him going forward. I know he'll be suspended, but I don't know if he's available for the cup final. But if he is, I wouldn't play him. I thought Raskin came on and looked bright when he came on. Guys I would give pass marks for, and there's not many. Jack Butland, as always this season, has pulled us out of jail a few times. And Dujon Sterling, who I feel sorry for, who's played umpteen positions for us. I thought he was very good at right centre half for Rangers today. I thought he was very good. I just think we need guys with that same attitude as Sterling, but we just don't have it. You look at Celtic, I just think at times Celtic physically bully us at times. I don't think we have it in the middle of the park. Apart from Sterling, we just don't have it. And there was one point in the second half where I seen Maeda run back and just nick a ball off us. And again, it's basics, it's attitude and desire, which I think a lot of this Rangers team don't have. And Clement wants to instill that in the Rangers team. So it'll be interesting in the summer what Clement does with this Rangers team, because it's a big rebuild. It's a major rebuild. But today, ultimately, Rangers weren't good enough. The better team won the game. Celtic deserved to win the game. I'm not going to stand here and say they didn't deserve to win it, because they did deserve to win it. I got exactly what I thought I was going to see for this Rangers team. Pathetic. I think they're blowing it big style. I think they had a major chance of winning this league. Rangers, Celtic let them right back in when they shouldn't have done it. And they're blowing it big style. They blew it weeks ago for me. They had a chance today to show the fans that they had something about them. But deep down, if you're being honest, we all knew they wouldn't do it. And ultimately they didn't. So they've only got one last chance, which is the cup final against Celtic in 2 weeks' time, to show something. Which, I'll be honest, I don't see it for this set of players. Celtic will go there confident, and rightfully so, to beat us. But it is what it is. The league is over. And like I say, it will be a major rebuild for Rangers in the summer. It'll be interesting to see what Clement does and what he does in pre-season and what kind of stamp he puts in this Rangers team. But yes, we will be back on, I think, Monday or maybe Tuesday with a live debrief. I think I'm away for work, but I'll hopefully try and be on it with myself, Ryan, maybe Jamie and Nicky as well. And we'll kind of do a debrief on the game and where Rangers are at this point in terms of we've still got the cup final to go. But yes, it's not very good to do it yourself, but I'd like to think I've been truthful in what I've seen. And like I say, I'm not surprised in what I've seen for Rangers today. But yes, we've been Club at 22, the Rangers podcast, and we will see you next week. Thank you.